And they're racing, and look at Rentzell and Turkington get the front wheels up in the air, doing monos off at the start. And what a race it is for the whole shot. Let's see who gets it. It looks like Britt Turkington, the Texas Tiger, has taken the lead into the first turn.
Let's just hold on this shot for one moment and watch the second wave. This will be the 600 production machines coming through right now.
Just to illustrate how many classes run here at a WERA Grand National Final, we've got races all day long, a couple of heats, a couple of different waves. It's good stuff. But up front, Britt Turkington versus Kevin Rentzell. I thought this race would come down to these two guys.
Well, here we are again, Nick. The Suzuki versus the Yamaha. The Suzuki's down on power. The Yamaha's way up on power. The Suzuki hasn't been developed for a couple of years. It's a handler, but no power. Rentzell got by.
Oh, great pass, Kevin Rentzell, but look at Turkington. He's not going to stand for that. That stuffs Rentzell into that corner. This is great stuff early on in this race. Rentzell trying to get through on the inside. Oh, fantastic stuff. Oh, look at Rentzell. Unbelievable. Looks like he's crowding Britt Turkington.
Crowding nothing. He ricocheted off of Britt Turkington on purpose. That was an intimidation move if I ever saw one. What do you think, Nick?
I don't think Britt Turkington liked that one little bit. These two are out with a firm lead. I don't think Turkington wants to get taken out. Rentzell likes to put an elbow or a knee on you just to kind of let you know he's there, but that one was a little bit harsh.
Well, it looks like we're going to have to rename him Ricochet Rentzell after that little effort.
That's a good one, Michael Winning. As we suspected, the Yamaha FCR 600 leads the Katana 600 down the back straight. Keep in mind, ladies and gentlemen, Road Atlanta is a horsepower track. Too many straightaways here for a slow motorcycle. And we're seeing bike number 48, Kevin Rentzell, pulling away a little bit.
Turkington in second. Titian, the Northeast rider, making a name for himself. Franklin Knight going underneath him into turn one.
Titian and Franklin Knight definitely having a ding-dong battle. Britt Turkington, the Team Valvoline Suzuki Endurance rider, is very good on the brakes. He is very good on the brakes and very good in the corners. He's going to try to keep Rentzell in sight, but I've got to think that long back straightaway is going to be his downfall.
Well, fair dinkum, Nick, I tell you what, it looks to me as though Britt Turkington is a little bit wary of Kevin Rentzell right at this minute. He's just going to hang back in second spot and wait for his opportunity and keep as far away from Kevin Rentzell as is necessary.
Michael, what is fair dinkum?
Funny as it may seem, Keith, it means the honest truth.
Well, the honest truth is that Kevin Rentzell is leading this 600cc Superstock WERA event here at Road Atlanta.
Kevin Rentzell, Forbes Racing #1 rider. We've seen in the last couple 600 Supersport races here at Pocono, a couple other places. He always does well. He's always up in front. If he's not leading, he's sitting in the draft. He's always waiting to win things, and he wins more than his share of races. He bounced off Britt Turkington a little bit earlier. We've got to forgive him for that one, I guess, because now he's putting together a super clean, super smooth race.
Oh, Nick, have a look at Turkington. He's just been passed by Titian and Franklin Knight. Boy, talk about get the scares out there.
Exactly. That 600cc Katana just is not going to run with those boys, and they went by him like a locomotive.
Taking the advantage of the draft down into the hole on these 600cc machines, that's about 150 miles an hour. 150 miles an hour on slightly modified street bikes.
Not too bad, Keith. That's a lot of fun. I remember years ago you couldn't get 150 miles an hour out of a 1,000, barely.
Well, you could if you dropped it off a cliff.
There you go. Now it's a matter of who can catch Reverend Kevin Rentzell out of Chattanooga, Tennessee. Franklin Knight, Titian, Britt Turkington, they're going to give it their best shot. I guarantee you that. This is the Grand National Final, folks. Everybody's here watching. You got to do well here.
You can see Turkington holding his own through the infield, a little better than holding his own. In fact, he's catching up in that section, but that's not going to cut it because the back straightaway is coming up in just 2 more turns.
Franklin Knight holds second place out of turn 5, up over a couple of rises, then down this short little hill right here. Titian slips out of the draft up the inside, down into turn 6.
Rentzell continues to lead from Titian and Franklin Knight.
John Choate has moved up into 4th place. The first time we've seen him all year long. Bike number 190 on a Yamaha, of course. He's right there in the draft with these guys.
John Choate taking over 4th place. Britt Turkington bringing up the tail end of that 3-wave battle for 2nd place.
Poor Britt Turkington. It looks like a stream of Yamahas that they just never end coming by him. Come by Suzuki. He's getting pressured again. Watch Titian down into turn 11. Franklin Knight, and John Choate. This looks like to be the race right now for 2nd place. Rentzell's out of touch at this point. Michael Winning.
Yeah, Ricochet Rentzell, Nick, has really taken off out in front there. Titian and look at Franklin Knight. What a great battle this is.
Looks like Knight's turning in a little bit early, going for the pass. He does, and he makes it right in front of Bowie, going through turn 1 up the hill.
Not an easy place to pass, Keith. Very bumpy. Looks like Titian is going to try to, no, didn't quite do it into 2. There'll be a very sharp right-hand 3 right there. That's a tough place to go by on in turn 1. Very bumpy.
Rentzell through the frame, down into the turn 3, 4, 5 section. Bowie holding on to 2nd place, doing a beautiful job. Franklin Knight in 3rd. and our friend, the newcomer to the front ranks, John Choate, in 4th place.
Congratulations to John Choate for running so well. He comes under a little bit of pressure from Britt, but as soon as they hit the straightaway, Britt's all but forgotten. John.
Oh, look at this, Nick. Here comes John Choate down the outside trying to take over from Franklin.
Exactly, Franklin Knight. Michael, I think he got him. Also, Titian Bowie may be the next one on John Choate's list. Rentzell through, nice and smooth, though it's very bumpy. He's up on the curbing, tucked in tight, trying to cheat the wind. He knows he's got a nice lead at this point. He's getting pit signals. He's got it pretty well sewed up.
Kevin Rentzell, actually a late comer to the 600 Superstock WERA events this year. Started into the season about the 6th or 7th race. Not there deep enough into the season for him to gain enough points to be the champion. But when he shows up, he is fast.
You bet. He's fast. He takes chances. He seems to do pretty well. He's riding hurt right now. He's got a sore right elbow, I believe, from a crash about 2 weeks ago. He's riding a little bit hurt, but he told me earlier he forgets all about it when he gets on the racetrack. It hurts for the first couple laps, and then his concentration is so sharp on what he's got to do, he forgets all about it.
Well, those big eyes on his helmet must probably parallel the way he feels sometimes when he's riding his motorcycle, huh?
That's right. The big eyes, of course, Keith refers to is what happens when you go in the corner a little bit too deep. Your eyes get so big they about bug out of your face shield. Kevin Rentzell knows that feeling, I'm sure. He runs very hard. He takes some chances.
We'll just have a look at the track coverage from Kevin Rentzell. He's using every single inch of this track and doing it in fine style.
You bet. He's got beautiful lines. He's as smooth as anyone we've seen, I think, today, but yet he has the ability to get rough. He has the ability to throw a few elbows and a couple knees, kind of the Dale Quarterly style of riding. Wouldn't you say, Keith?
I would definitely say so, but here's the race for 2nd place coming in. It looks like John Choate is setting up to try to make a pass on Titian Bowie. Can he make it? He's low, not low enough.
Bowie gets in there very nicely, and he holds the right line, so he gets out a little better than Choate. Let's see what happens on the back straight, watching Rentzell, Bowie, Choate, and then Franklin Knight, who's lost touch a little bit. Let's see how Titian Bowie and John Choate's bike run out down the back straightaway.
I don't think Franklin Knight is really close enough to stay in the draft of the two front runners there going for 2nd place. I think he's just slipped back just a little bit too much. After 5 or 8 bike lengths, you can't make it, and he's moved out of the picture now.
I agree, exactly right. I think right now John Choate is sniffing for the draft of Titian, but he's not even in Titian Bowie's draft. Bowie's got a good running motorcycle, ladies and gentlemen. Bike number 55 left 190 in the dust, pushing its own air. Titian Bowie's got a very nice running motorcycle. I think that may be his ace in the hole in the last lap.
He's been here before. He's been invited to these WERA Grand National Finals because of his fantastic finishes. He has done very well in racing this year.
Okay, Keith, well, at this late stage of the race, the lap traffic's going to play an important part in it, isn't it?
Most definitely. Here we go down to the closing stages. These guys are racing with each other. In some cases, they're slowing each other down. Right now, they're cutting across their lines. It looks like they're weaving the cord, going down through the S's.
As we watch Kevin Rentzell exit the frame in front, we've got Titian Bowie 2nd. There's John Choate 3rd, pushing hard on Titian Bowie. And behind him, we've got Franklin Knight and Britt Turkington rounding out the top 5.
Britt Turkington sliding slowly backwards in this field of Yamahas. I remember the day when the Suzukis would run right with them or neck and neck with them, but not on a fast racetrack like this. John Choate looking up the inside of bike number 55. They're coming up on lap traffic. Let's see how that works out. Titian Bowie has to follow that lap rider through bike number 55. Choate goes on the outside. Where's Bowie? He's up the inside. Good move by Titian Bowie. You can tell that man's been around a racetrack a few times. Nice move. Use that back marker and retain 2nd place.
That was perfect strategy for turn 7 going onto the back straightaway, Nick. As Bowie was running up the inside, Choate was stuck behind the back marker.
Interesting here, though. John Choate now looking for the draft. He's probably going to try to do a little bit of a slingshot down from out of the hole into turn 11 on the brakes. Let's see how this works out. He hasn't quite run with Titian. Titian Bowie's bike just is simply running better than John Choate's. Choate can't run down through the hole with him. Bowie again leads into turn 11 simply because his bike gets down the back straight through the hole so nicely.
At this closing stage of the race, here we have the white flag going out for Kevin Rentzell and our fantastic duel for 2nd coming up along here. Now this is the lap that counts. This race for 2nd place is going to go down to the back straightaway, and Choate does not look rattled to me, Nick.
Very, very calm and controlled, especially for a young rider. He knows he's got 3rd place, and I hope he's thinking 3rd place is pretty darn good in a field like this. I hope he doesn't do anything stupid trying for 2nd place, but we'll see what happens as it works on down. Bowie's got a fairly nice lead, but he has no hopes of catching Kevin Rentzell.
It's interesting to watch Choate ride out there. Again, my observation is that he looks like he's riding very calm. Bowie, also a calm rider, used to the winner's circle himself, but Choate not so used to the winner's circle. I would expect this rider to be making more mistakes on the last lap.
Well, good for him. We look forward to seeing him next year when we come on back with the Pro Series. definitely for sure. Forbes Racing, Kevin Rentzell, the Rever from Chattanooga, Tennessee, exiting turn 7 onto the back straight one last time. Nothing sideways, nothing foolish, tucked in, takes a look behind him and sees absolutely nothing. Or as Michael Winning would say, he sees daylight in second place.
Right on the money there, Nick, as we see Rev and Kevin Rentzell, actually we've renamed him Ricochet Rentzell, doing it out in front, doing it easily in fine style. He's going to go on and win this race. No mistakes now from Kevin Rentzell.
Down into the hole, the very fastest part, these 600s touch about 150 miles an hour. He's got a lap rider in front of him, but that's going to be no problem. He's going to follow him to the checkered flag. Bike number 48, Kevin Rentzell for the win of the last Pro Series 600cc Superstock race.
And let's have a look now as we watch Airborne. Al Wilcox waves the checkered flag. Kevin Rentzell, a jubilant Kevin Rentzell. Let's have a look in second, Titian buoy, and there's John Choate. Well done, John Choate.